and let us all do we can to build a better future.
I got to admit, I've got kind of a nothing burger on this story.
Okay.
Right? Do you ever, like, you pick a story, you're like, ooh, this is interesting, and then you look into it and you're like, it's just more lies. It's just more nothing.
Why?
It's just more nothing. So 5 months after gaining a new government, Israel is attempting a reset with the U.S. Okay, so Idan Roll, who is Israel's deputy foreign minister, told HuffPost in an interview last week, quote, "We think there is a need to hit the reset button." Now, I don't know why he thinks that there's a need necessarily to hit the reset button, but let me get into the story a little bit. So, Roll had visited Washington as the latest representative of Prime Minister Naftali Bennett's administration, which is also a right-wing administration, to be clear, right? Bennett and his allies took over from Benjamin Netanyahu at an active and aggressive far-right agenda. So Netanyahu's successors say their government is more in line with what most American policymakers and the American public think. Okay. They hope that by making that case, they can avoid spats between the U.S. and Israel over issues like Israeli settlements and the occupied West Bank. So what I don't understand is why they're coming out and saying any of this. Like, I get that they're concerned. I mean, that they're saying they're concerned about what the American public thinks about what they're doing with Palestinian land. But it's not like American leadership is doing anything that would, like, trigger this kind of a conversation around resetting the way, basically, like, we need a PR move here. So why don't we send, like, this left-wing contingent of our government over to the United States? Because that's literally what this is. To say, like, we're gonna reform. We're reformed.
We made some changes.
Because we need to, like, look good in the eyes of the American public, which, again, I don't understand why they feel that way when truly it is the American government that they need to appease. And we all know that the vast majority of our legislators are in support of Israel.
And of course, when you have, or especially the recent funding that the Iron Dome got, where AOC was bullied to turn her no vote into a present, which was, God, that's so pathetic.
It was really sad. It was really sad.
That was like, no. You're letting old Nancy just yell at you, and you turn your no vote to present. How could you? But that progressives.
Again, there would be no reason to do this. So Roll goes on to say, as a liberal member of this government, I am very confident that we are making amazing progress in a lot of different fields.
Oh boy, here we go.
that the progressives will appreciate. This is all very confusing to me, okay? It's just a matter of doing a better job of conveying that.
Oh, conveying, okay.
So, I mean, okay, you're right. Like, we see it in the Build Back Better, right? Where it's like the Democrats did not go out and talk about was in Build Back Better, so nobody actually knew. And so, the people...
Tax cuts for the rich, though.
That's true. That's the biggest tax cuts that we've seen in a long time. But yeah, so it's like we need to convey that we're doing a better job with this whole two-state solution thing. So he pointed to the Bennett government's ending, of a restriction on blood donations by gay men, saying that they're allowed to give blood earlier this month, and its appointment of a record number of women and Israeli Arabs to government posts. And Roll argued that the new administration was clearly less discriminatory than Netanyahu's, which is a low bar, noting that he has earmarked billions of dollars for investment in Arab areas, granted more Israeli work permits to Palestinians, and allowed Palestinians to build hundreds of new housing units in the West Bank for the first time since 2007. But the policy on the building permits, like, basically is showing to frustrate the Palestinian more, because that actually makes it harder for Israeli settlements to leave the Palestinian state. So that's an issue. And actually they're illegal under international law, according to this report, and are opposed by many of the Democrats, including Joe Biden. So again, I have no idea other than this is a total PR stunt, and that I don't I personally don't expect to see anything different. Boosting settlement. Okay, yeah, I already said that. Roll suggested that his government sees a broad resolution for the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as far off. So he said, okay, I get it. You're right, Kira. I am still part of a right-wing government that is not interested in a two-state solution, right?
Right.
In so many words, he said that. Bennett would not accept a Palestinian state.
Oh, but I thought the program was supposed to be progressive.
Yeah, I know.
Everything's
This
supposed to be
guy is a
nice.
stooge. This, whatever role. Like, he's a total stooge. Just like, go over there and lie to people, right? And so the conditions for he says, quote, the conditions for a two-state solution are currently not ripe on either side. But he highlighted that the idea of annexation, absorbing the West Bank into Israel, is now off the table.
Huh.
I guess it's progress, right?
Well, I mean, way to start a whole new narrative when nothing is fundamentally changed.
No, I know, right?
So there you go. All right, great.
We're seeing it from all angles, folks. I mean, we're still giving $3.8 billion annually in military spending. We still granted $1 billion extra dollars in military spending.
But still, no Medicare for all for the Americans.
No. But the Israeli people have it.
Okay.
Have health care. So there's no reason for this explicit statement. I say there are also issues that are still presenting the completely opposite fact pattern of what this person is coming over here and doing PR. Is saying. So, so I mean, like I said, I saw this story and I was like, oh, is Israel taking a turn? You know, it was a long report. So I was like, I'll do this story. And then I look into it and I'm like clicking all the hyperlinks and I'm just like, no, this is all bullshit. Like this is, so.
There we go.
There you go. Big Nothing Burger, you guys. You're welcome. Coming at you from yours truly.
So we did it. We solved all the problems. Everything's solved. Not really at all. All right. Thank you so much for covering that, Kira.
My pleasure.
We are going to